When people talk about Poison Ivy's love life, they talk about Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn gets all the attention as she should, their relationship. Their romance is messy, real, and canon. But if you look a little deeper in Gotham Shadows, you'll notice a very quiet, softer type of relationship. It's just as intimate, but it's just not as obvious. We're gonna get into the most complex and emotionally rich friendships. One that sparks speculation. Poison Ivy and Catwoman first teamed up in Gotham City's comic book run in 2009. Along with Harley Quinn, they formed a trio. And this trio was part sisterhood, part support group. But the relationship between Ivy and Selena, their friendship stood out to me. In the very beginning, Ivy treats Selena with a quiet protectiveness. And Selena, in turn, trusts Ivy with things she wouldn't even trust anyone with. Not even Batman. They don't bicker like Harley Quinn and Ivy would do. There's like a calm understanding between them. A kind of mutual respect that feels unusually grounded. Especially for two women that is constantly towing the line between criminal and anti-hero. Even in scenes where nothing overtly romantic is happening, their closeness feels charged. Not in an overt flashy way like I'm saying, but I don't know, I just feel a certain way when I see them. Just in a way that makes you pause and ask, is this more than a friendship? Like, what are they trying to do with them? One of the most compelling things about their bond is how emotionally intimate it is, without it ever being explicitly like sexual. There are moments where Ivy literally cradles Selena after she's been hurt, or steps in front of her protectively during battle. And Selena returns the favor in subtle ways, like she listens to Ivy when others try to dismiss her. She also challenges her. It's not about flirting or, romantic, like kissing and stuff like that. It's really just about, like, devotion. It's that kind of closeness that comes from being fully seen by somebody, fully accepted by someone. Ivy doesn't try to change Selena, and Selena does not try to quiet Ivy's darkness. And that type of understanding is something that can create like the deepest types of relationships, the deepest kind of love. But DC never put a label on it. They never let them cross that final line. It just leaves us wondering, was there something more, or are we just tripping? Are we reading into this too much? But let's talk about Harley Quinn for a second and Ivy. So, they moved in together, they kissed, they're even married. In Harley Quinn, the animated series comics, Ivy and Catwoman have never been confirmed ever, like in history, as romantics. They haven't kissed. There was no, in the bed or nothing like that. No confession, no I love you. But I feel like queer subtext has always thrived in comics, especially when editorial restrictions come into play. It just keeps writers from being too direct. And I feel like Ivy and Selena have enough charged tenderness, enough silences to make me think it's not what's said, it's about what's left unsaid. Loyalty, the sacrifices, the way they treat each other. Maybe that's why this pairing, this maybe romance, maybe not feels real, because it reflects how real connections can be like. It reflects how complicated love can be, especially a love that cannot fit into a certain label. Into those neat little boxes. Fans have picked up on this for years besides me talking about it. It's in Reddit threads, it's in fan art, they've been talked about it before me, but still. Because I do see some people ship them as lovers and others just see them as soul deep best friends. And no matter how you interpret it, the bond between Poison Ivy and Catwoman matters. It shows that emotional vulnerability does not have to be romantic to be powerful. It also suggests that maybe it can be romantic, you know, what they had going on. But like I said, like they never dated or nothing, so I guess we can be delulu about it if we want. But queer stories are being told more openly, and it's relatable to a lot of people. That closeness, that feeling that you can't necessarily name, that confusion, that fear of naming what you feel. So, were Poison Ivy and Catwoman ever in love? No. But I feel like this was a good conversation to talk about. You know, they were never officially in love or nothing like that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that Poison Ivy and Catwoman. And also, if you would like to support my GoFundMe for my cat who is sick and has to get surgery, he has to get seen by a specialist, get surgery to remove the polyps from his nose/throat. It will be in my YouTube channel's bio. You'll see a bunch of my links, and you'll see a GoFundMe if you would like to support his surgery funding. Or if you can't donate, please subscribe so I can be able to get monetized by YouTube. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.